Hey y'all, I just want to take up a couple of minutes of your time right quick to just kind of clear the water on something that's bothering me. I'm sure a lot of you guys watch the Outdoor Gear Review channel. A lot of people do. Guy's got over a half a million subscribers. That's a lot of people, listening to what he has to say. But so far, I've seen him do three reviews on fire maple gear, different things. One was the X2 cooking system. One was the Maverick wood burning cook stove. And then I think the other one I saw was a little lantern, which, in the grand scheme of things, it's a neat product, kind of cool. Does everybody need one? I don't know that you need one, but you kind of want one. They're kind of neat. But anyway, the first one I watched was the one he did on this wood burning stove. And this cat built, this thing is very small. It's, you put it together, it all burns flat, and then there's a little grill they send with it. It goes on top, and it's made for cooking food. This guy built a gigando roaring fire. I mean, like, you'd think there'd have been 3 or 4 hobos up there next to it trying to get warm, and just obliterated the stove. And then he was so dramatic, he demanded that the company stopped making the stove because it was dangerous and was going to hurt people. And he was on and on, just so dramatic. Well, he improperly used the stove. It wasn't meant for any of that. I've used this many times. I did a video on it actually, where I cooked a steak on it and overcooked the steak just to show that you don't have to melt the stove down if you use it for what it is meant for. So that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, how he went on and on. I don't know if he realizes or not, but a lot of those people that watch his channel, they're very low information people, and they believe every word that comes out of his mouth. So, there's people out there. There's people that can't go and buy all these things and test them for themselves and decide, no, I don't like that, and toss it to the side. So they depend on people like him to tell them, what's good and what's bad. And for a long time, I watch him. It's fun. He does a lot of cool stuff. He's an outdoors guy. I'm an outdoors guy. Been an outdoors guy a lot longer than he has. I was out here doing this stuff while he was still in diapers. But so I know quality stuff. And I probably wouldn't even, think too much about it if I didn't own the stuff myself already. The last one I watched was he had gotten the X2 cooking system. And he trashed this thing, talking about it wouldn't. He said he put this thing holds a liter of water. He said he put a half a liter of water in it, and it took over 5 minutes to boil water at 50 degrees outside. He said it was 50 something degrees. I use this a lot. I've owned this longer than anything of theirs that I've had. The last time I used it, it was 27 degrees outside and snowing and windy. It boiled a complete liter of water in less than 3 minutes. So I can see maybe he got a bad one. Maybe there was something wrong with it. So if that was the case, if I got a hold of something bad and it didn't treat me just right, I would not immediately go to my social media platform and dog them out. So in the comments of that particular video, some people lit him up about it. I own this, why are you trashing this? It works good, blah, blah, blah. So about 3 hours later, he pinned a comment on there saying that he had gotten in touch with Fire Maple and he had gotten another one and he had the same problem. Now, I'm pretty sure it took me about 6 days to get this when I ordered it, not 3 hours. And they're not sold in stores. It's not like you can go down to the Fire Maple headquarters and get it. I'm pretty sure you either got to get it from their website or Amazon or something like that. But anyway, It was just so crazy, and that just burns me up because this thing has been absolutely flawless. Now, after he did the half a kettle full of water in 5 minutes and 45 seconds or whatever, this thing also comes with, actually you get this little stand that you put your fuel canister on, and it locks onto that, makes it less tippy. This is the stove, the actual burner unit. Excuse me. And then it comes with this piece. You just open the little tabs, lock it onto here, and you can use it for a skillet, you know, for cooking stuff. Obviously, you can see that it keeps whatever skillet or pot you're using up off the flame a little bit. You want it up off the flame, or it's just going to concentrate that heat in one little spot and burn the daylights out of whatever you're cooking. So anyway, he gets a kettle, like it looks like a tea kettle, real short, squatty thing, and put it on there. And he was droning on about how it was taking so long to boil the water, he couldn't wait anymore. He just turned it off. You know, he wasn't trying to do that experiment anymore. Well, that's not what it's made for. You know, it's plainly written on the box and on the instructions how to use every piece of this equipment. So what the struggle is, I have no idea. I don't know what's wrong with the guy, but he's apparently got it in for Fire Maple in some way or another. And I'm not mad at him. He can do whatever he wants. It's his channel. He can act however he needs to. All I'm saying is, don't believe everything you hear, folks, because even somebody that's been at it as long as he has, testing gear on the internet, claims he has no skin in the game and buys all that stuff himself. He's not swayed in any way by the companies. I find that hard to believe, number one. But number two, if you have a problem with something, you don't have to go on and on and on about that particular thing. You know, you shouldn't do that, especially when you have that big a following. Say your little piece on it, and, you know, the low information people that you have watching your channel, maybe they won't buy it. But when you got 500,000 people following you, and, you know, there's a lot of people out there looking for a budget-friendly item that is similar to the Jetboil, because not everybody can afford to run right out and buy a Jetboil. They're very expensive, extremely expensive. You can catch these on sale on Amazon and on the website, sometimes for 50 bucks. And like I said, I've been using this so much, and I've never had any trouble with it. It doesn't use a lot of fuel. It boils water extremely quick. Why you would say that you bought, or that you had two, he didn't say he bought either one of them, I don't think. But anyway, he had two of them and had the same problem. I can't imagine that. I just can't. So for anybody that cares, maybe you know, maybe be careful what you listen to. I'm sure, you know, that's like people that swear by Chevrolet trucks or Dodge trucks or Ford trucks. You know, in my lifetime, and I'm not a youngster, I have owned some of all of them. I'm partial to Ford because my dad worked for Ford. All of my life, he worked for Ford Motor Company. He retired from there. So in our driveway, it was mostly Fords. But as I grew up, things that were a good deal, a decent opportunity, you know, I've had a Dodge truck. I've had many Ford trucks, Dodge trucks, Chevrolet trucks. You know, you have a chance of getting a lemon. But would I go buy a Dodge truck and say the transmission went out on it right away? I would not take to my social media and demand that Dodge quit making the Ram 150 because it's dangerous. And, you know, you just don't do that when you got people watching you. You know, that, I don't know, there's people in this world I don't understand. Like I said, I don't agree with him. I'm not mad at him. That's why I came here to tell you, this is an awesome cook system. This Maverick cook stove worked great for what it's for. You know, it's basically a small little barbecue grill that fits in this thin little pack. in here is a titanium cook stove. It doesn't come with a grill. It's wood fired, and you heat your coffee pot on. It's not to stack up and get 4 of your hobo friends around and fill it full of, wood and burn it down. But it's titanium. It weighs nothing. And I don't know if you watched my video the other day when I was cooking a steak on the tailgate of my truck. I actually used this with canned heat, and I cooked some broccoli in it, because I also have this, which is a Fire Maple product, and it's a stainless steel kettle, has a locking lid, and it's a steamer basket, or you can make coffee in it, whatever you want to do. It's a 1.2 liter pot, I think, holds plenty of water. You can make coffee in it, soups, stews, whatever. You can steam vegetables. It's an awesome product. I'm sure he's probably going to get one of these and tell you it's a piece of crap, but believe me, it's not. Works exactly like it was born to work. Has a bail on it. You can hang it over your fire, and the bail also locks to the lid, so you don't have any problems there. And it's also got handles back here, so you can handle it. It's got a pour spout on it. It's an awesome piece of equipment, and it's not that expensive. Not everybody can afford to rush out and buy all the, I ain't gonna say top of the line, I'll say the big name brands, because that doesn't mean they're top of the line. This is made to go with all of the X cooking systems. You have the X1, the X2, and the X3. And each one's a little different size. But this is a French press. You got the lid, the screen, and the handle. Just put it all together, it fits right in the top. You make your coffee. It's an all-in-one thing. And they all come with these really nice canvas bags with a super heavy-duty Velcro closure. You have no trouble with them. So anyway, I just wanted to say my piece. Fire Maple is not paying me to say any of this. I believe in Fire Maple. So far, so good. There's some things I don't believe in, but I don't run them in the ground. Demand that they quit being made. Demand the company does this or that. Some people think a little more highly of themselves than they ought to. And, this is a good hobby. Not too many people do things like this for a living. You know what I mean? The average, well, obviously some YouTubers do, but the average person that's going to get out and do things like this, be out in the wilderness, out in nature, backpacking, hiking, canoeing, kayaking, all that stuff, they do it for fun. They do it so they can recharge and get back when they have to go back into the workforce. They can do it with a clear mind. It's a good way to charge your batteries. I do it because I grew up doing it. I love to do it. I love to be in the outdoors, no matter what the weather, no matter where it's at, whether I'm up in the mountains, down in the swamplands, do it all. I love this stuff. And hopefully, at some point, my channel will grow. But it's not a huge priority for me. I was doing this before I ever started a YouTube channel, and I'll continue to do it as long as I'm healthy enough to get out and do it. But all this started was, when I watched that video, it's been a couple of days ago, it's just been eating me up inside, thinking about why that guy would do that. Why would he bash on him like that? And like the first time he did it with this Maverick wood stove, it bothered me a good bit, but I didn't really get too crazy about it. I didn't let it bother me. But then when he bashed on this, I thought, man, what can you be thinking? Why would you do that? I should probably send him an email or call him and ask him what he said, why he does things like that. But some people you're just better off not making contact with. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox now and let y'all get back to it. I just wanted everybody to understand that you can't believe everything that somebody tells you. And if you were looking at Fire Maple for anything, they have a ton of outdoor stuff, and it's all based on cooking, making coffee, that kind of stuff. And a lot of it is made for backpackers, like this little stove, titanium, that takes up no room whatsoever and doesn't weigh anything. It weighs ounces. And then this, I don't know, you wouldn't want to pack it far because it's kind of heavy, it's big. But if you do get one of these, remember, don't build a raging bonfire in it or it will melt down. It's made for cooking. You wouldn't go home in the oven in your house and build a big giant fire in it, would you? No, you wouldn't do that. It just doesn't make any sense. Or your little Weber you buy at Walmart that's for tailgating, you wouldn't build, big sticks of wood in there. You just wouldn't do it. Common sense goes a long ways with products. If you're not sure how to use it, the instructions are generally either on the box or in the box or sewn inside the bag. Take a look at them. Might want to do that. But anyway, like I said, I'm done. I just want to bring y'all up to speed on what I've been thinking. So if you got any questions about any of the fire maple stuff I have, you can leave a comment and I'll get in touch with you and we can talk about it. See y'all later.